Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is disclosure, which is a funny one because a lot of us in this industry, me included, come from a lived experience of mental illness. Yeah, I'll put my hand up high. I have bipolar 1 disorder. And yeah, I'm in recovery. I think I'm maintaining pretty well. I'm pretty proud of myself. But yeah, I do have that. It's not my whole story, it's not my whole identity, but it is part of me. And self-disclosure in this industry, in peer work in particular, and we hired some of you guys because of your lived experience for peer work, is a super beneficial tool sometimes. I think before you disclose anything to a client about your life, you need to ask yourself one question. How will this, if this will at all, benefit this person in front of me's recovery? If it's not relevant, leave it out. If it is relevant, go ahead. That could be the best conversation they've had in years. But we do need to be careful that we're not trying to make something about us when it doesn't need to be. I've only disclosed to maybe 1 or 2 clients in my entire maybe 7 years in this industry, to be completely honest. And it was only when I was in a peer work role, and it was in a time where they had the absence of hope and they were living with either the same or a very similar condition to myself. It is not something I would talk about constantly or non-stop, or because I found myself, if I was going to work like that, I was trained not to, because you do end up over-identifying. And when you over-identify, sometimes you're actually like covering everything in a paint, right? And this paint is from your paints, okay? And it's not the client's paint. And maybe you're interpreting things to have meanings that they would have to you, but potentially they don't have to the client.